We are back with another how-to series video, and today's topic is going to be Hunter. And Hunter is an absolute animal if you play him correctly. So I'm going to be giving you guys a lot of tips and tricks on how to get better with Hunter and how to dominate the playing field. So first of all, he does have this burst rifle. It is a 3-round burst, and the damage on this thing is actually insane. If you can land especially all those headshots, you will just melt down most of your opponents. But the big thing about this burst rifle is with some of the longer range heroes and the snipers, you want to aim like sort of almost at the very top of the head, like with a Judix or an Osas Hua Ling, because by doing that, you ensure you land that headshot. But with Hunter, you actually want to aim almost at the neck level because his gun is a 3-round burst. If only one of the 3 bursts land on the headshot, you will only get that 1 burst headshot damage. So by aiming at the neck level, you ensure that all 3 of your bursts land. So for the most part, you'll get like 3 headshots. Or if you do get body shots, it's still better that you end up landing 2 body shots and a headshot, as opposed to only hitting 1 headshot and having the other 2 bullets miss to recoil. And another thing with this gun is you want to really make sure you do play the mid to long ranges, because I find personally that playing close range with a Hunter is extremely difficult, especially if those heroes are moving very fast, because his gun is 3-round burst. Trying to track and drag and really get all of that extra value in the close range is difficult. So make sure you play those long ranges and make sure you utilize the strength of the 3-round burst weapon. Next up here we have the flare round. This ability is super strong and useful, and my first tip for the flare round is you want to throw these rounds at choke points where enemies usually come from to deny space and to buy time. This is very useful, especially in objective-based game modes, when you know the enemy respawns and comes in from a certain angle. By throwing out your ability, they have 2 options. It's either A, you have to fully wait out the ability and it lasts for 5 seconds, which is quite a bit of time, and you get 3 stacks, so you can really deny a lot of space and time by doing this. Or if they want to get to the objective, they have to walk through. And if they walk through, you and your teammates already know where they're coming from, and you guys can all just aim at headshot level and delete anybody that does round the corner. The next tip is to make sure you throw these flare rounds defensively to run away and get to cover when needed. One of the really good things about Hunter is, even though he technically doesn't have like a dash and he's really a long range hero, he still has built-in mobility, because when you throw down these flare rounds, you will get an extra speed boost as well. So I like to use this when I do get caught out of positioning. I can click that, throw the flare down, and then run away as fast as possible. If the enemy that's chasing you doesn't have any built-in dashes like an Aletta or anything to close the gap and get towards you, you will outrun a majority of the field and get away back to safety. The next tip here is to throw the flare rounds to kill low health opponents who have rounded a corner. There are going to be times in the games when you're playing and you're aiming your gun at someone, you shoot them, do so much damage, but they're 1 HP and they just barely get around the corner. The good thing about this flare round is that it still does damage, and the landing damage is 1400, so that's actually quite significant. If somebody is running away from you and you feel like you won't be able to get that kill as they're rounding the corner, throw the flare round. It does have that landing damage. You'll be able to kill opponents and put them down. And then my final tip for the flare round is that the flare shots reveal invisible opponents, so make sure to use this to hard counter the heroes like the Johnny Jet, especially Johnny Jet. But you're also able to reveal an invisible Aletta, so you know which position she's coming from. And then you can also, I'm pretty sure, reveal a Shell. She'll still be invincible, but sometimes it's hard to track Shell when she uses that ability. So by throwing down the flare round, you'll see her. You just still won't be able to do any damage to her. Now we have the ultimate ability. This charge shot does 2800 max damage. So one thing I want you guys to keep in mind is when you look at the damage of his gun, 924 times 3 is like pretty close to that 2800 damage. I think it comes out to like 2772. And what that means is you don't want to actually use your charge shot if you don't have to. So my very first tip for the charge shot is to use this for a self peel. What I mean by that is, a lot of the times as a hunter, you're going to have people that want to hunt you down, no pun intended, but like let's say like the Aletta or the Shell, any of those SMG heroes, Diggy, their goal is going to be to try to flank around and kill this high damaging unit that's just sitting from a safe spot and dealing out all of that damage. So by saving your charge shot for those heroes, when they pull up on you, you're able to use that and peel for yourself. And peel just pretty much means pushing any enemies off of you. And because it shoots them in the air, you now have a very easy line of sight. And you can kill the opponent with a combination of hitting them for 2800 damage and bursting them down in one burst. This will ensure that you always protect yourself and you don't need anybody else to do the protecting for you. The next thing that you want to use the charge shot for is saving it for the team peel. This can be very useful, especially in those objective-based game modes, but let's say one of your high-value targets or any of your teammates are in big trouble, they're getting grouped up or hounded by an individual target. You can then use the charge shot to get that enemy off of your teammate, help create some breathable room and space, and then of course once again just burst down the opponent. And then finally use the charge shot to finish off opponents when reloading. There might be times where when you are out of ammo, a little bit similar to the situation where someone runs around the corner, if the target is like lower than half health, a full charge shot will kill them. So it's better to then use your ultimate and get that kill, and then, you know, instead of waiting to reload. And he does have the charge shot, or the ability to stack the charge shot. So between all three of those situations, you'll have plenty of opportunities to use the ability and find yourself some value. And for the passive ability, it's pretty straightforward. You receive a flare charge on every single one of your kills. So get a lot of kills so you can get more opportunities to use the flare charges. When it comes to the best team comps for Hunter, I have two team comps in particular that I really like. The first one, it's just always going to have it, but I have the Ruby, the Iris, and the Hunter. The reason why I really like this team comp, and you should use this one if you are a very good Hunter in the mid-range. The reason why that's very crucial and important is when you want to play with an Iris, you have to make sure you maximize the value of her heals, which means you're going to be playing pretty close to the Ruby and to the Iris. So a lot of your engagements are going to be in that mid-range. So if you're better at playing Hunter at the longer ranges, then my second team comp will be Jabali, Sindri, and Hunter, because Jabali and Sindri, him having the shields, her having the drone, you know, they're able to just stay alive in the middle and deal out so much damage, and they can quite honestly 2v3 with that setup, or even if you want to throw like a Gloria in there instead, go like Jabali and Gloria, and then after that, you're able to then play those longer range angles with the Hunter and pick up some wins as well. Now, when it comes to the best maps and game modes for Hunter, he's another one of those heroes, any of those like mid-range or even like the mid to long range heroes that are very good on every single map and in every single game mode if you are exquisite with the hero. So don't let this list that I put down discourage you if you're a very good Hunter, but I want to make sure that for those Hunters that are brand new or those average Hunters, that they play the best maps and game modes for the heroes. Nonetheless, he's still good at pretty much everything. For Team Deathmatch, every single one of these maps are solid. The only map that you want to be very careful with is the Service Station. This map, I feel like, doesn't have a lot of long range angles, so you have to be a very high skilled Hunter who can utilize the mid range to find yourself some wins. Another toss up could potentially be the Crossroads, because it kind of plays similar to the Service Station. The only difference is it does have a very long middle lane. So if you're good in the mid range, you'll be able to work the side lanes pretty well, and then of course you just get a whole bunch of free kills down the middle lane. For Crystal Assault, I personally am not a fan, but the map Energy Canyon does play out really well for Hunter because it has a lot of areas up top or in the windows where you can just sit around and find value from the long range. Personally, I would not play him on the terminal station though, because a lot of the fights do come down to those close range fights. It's not even mid range, it's like close range once you break out onto the other side of the crystal. For free-for-all, I have no problem. Hunter is a very good free-for-all player. Throw him out, pick any one of those maps, and you'll be able to do extremely well. On the contrary, I feel like do not run Hunter in the Control. I just feel like his kit isn't as good for it. Control sort of plays, you know, for the close range. All of you guys are going to be on the point. Whenever you start to take people off the point, they're playing some crazy long range angles, things can get difficult. And on Elephant Astana, I mean, it has the middle part that sort of blocks the super long range angle. On Arctic Express, I don't like it at all. And I mean, even Crispy County, I just feel like he's not as strong. Once again, if you are a very good Hunter, you will still find value on every single one of these maps and go crazy. I just feel like avoid it if you are an average Hunter player. For Payload Race, most definitely yes. Payload Escort, 100% yes. And for Clash, all of these maps do come down to those long ranges once again. So 1000% yes. Without further ado, let's hop into the gameplay. We've got a crazy long range bout going down here. The mid-range beast, right? Judix, Hunter, Scatty into the Gloria. And then shell, pretty much just shell to shell, of course. But, ow. What's crazy is their ultimates have more utility. And I have an AFK Gloria. The one person I actually needed to be playing the game is not. Oh no. Okay, we'll try to hold down the fort. Hopefully she comes back. Is that actually a guest account? We're doing work, bro. If I go crazy, we might be able to win this 2v3. But Judix is the person I'm concerned with the most right now. Yeah, that's what I mean by utility on the alts. Yeah, I'll take a death there. I might as well come back with full health. This is an AI, so that's a fully 1v2. I'm pretty sure okay. Yeah, because she left, the way the game works, right? Brings back an AI. So I'm pretty sure, I could be wrong, I'm pretty sure the shell's an AI as well. So we are now in a 1v3. Could be wrong, but I'm pretty confident that this is a 1v3 now, which is all good. It's not even worth it. I'll just take the death. Hey, yeah, if we get an ult out for that, I'll take it though. She's gonna throw down a whole reality of judgment to win that fight there. I had my ult like charge and pop, but I realized it was a waste. I'm gonna have to be perfect here though for us to win this game. Util ults, high utility. Realistically, I should have been able to kill her. I think I just missed. Okay. Back on target. Pooped on. I knew what I was trying to do, but if I had believe it or not, if I had a 6-finger claw, I win that gunfight right there. And the only reason was I was trying to jump while holding my ultimate, but I didn't have enough fingers to do it. That's why I shot my ultimate into the dang payload. Otherwise, that would have been a jump ultimate kill. That would have been sick. This is not bad for a 1v. It's gonna come down to this next fight though. Good ultimate. Like I said though, I expected that. They have better ultimates, so when the ultimates come down, they're gonna win some good gunfights. But Gloria stepping in big, getting a kill on the Scatty, that's huge. No, Atomic. Yes. Yes. Good protection, dude. Let's go. I don't go to the game logs a lot, bro, but 20 kill game. 5 downs. 132k damage. Come on, bro. I'm like that. Okay, so we've got an Aletta, Victor, Mark, Javali. The field's not terrible. I can definitely work with this. The Aletta's the only one I'm going to have to be careful about. I do have the counter once again to reveal her, But revealing her is one thing. Trying to actually kill her is pretty tough to do. Look at the damage though. That's the one thing that's so annoying about Hunter in Free For All. Is that he really just gets the final hit, right? Yep. That's what I mean. When you reveal her, she can't sneak up on you any longer. I almost let him get away there. This might be a quick free-for-all. We'll see. Oh, wow. Good damage. Good damage. I respect that. Like I said, we won the first bout. She wins the second one. It was a good ultimate. I should have probably like turned away and ran a little bit. We go back and win that 2-1. Yeah, the damage, the way that he can just get the, oh my god. Because everybody's always going to be, taking fights. So the third party potential with this lad is extraordinary. I'm not surprised that Aletta is going to continue to try and... Because the goal here for her is, right, kill the person that's doing all the... I'm the one that's winning the game. So what she's doing right now is listening for where the hunter's at and then pulling up. Because she does have the advantage inherently. Like, if you play up close, she does have that big advantage. Sometimes I can catch her depending on how the setup actually starts. There we go, though. Here we go with this Hualing, but at least we have a Hualing on our team as well. So, once again, we've got a long-range mirror matchup, close-range mirror matchup, and we have mid-range roller matchup, so... I really can't peek her. No offense to peek Qual though, bro. Let me find out. Let me see if she's that good though. Let's see. Oh, you gotta have to prove to me that you're cracked. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can't just be running away. Let her hit a couple good shots. It's just that when I see that haul, I know the potential. So I immediately am like, nah, that's not it. I think this is a good flank. Great flank. Not even good. Great flank. And I'm going to rerun the circle actually here. I'm actually throwing. Okay, so that's what happens to me a lot in the mid-range. That's just like a me thing. So the ultimate there, I tried to cancel it because I wanted to save it to knock Hualing out of positioning. It's actually really good for this. This is a character that I'm like... I could have said this in the tips, but this is a character where she's so broken that it's useful to use your ultimate and knock her out of position. But we got to make sure we get our mid. So this is the mid-range thing. I'll be the first to admit it. Like, I'm a pretty bad mid-range hunter. My like mid to long and long range is exquisite. But my mid-range is pretty abysmal to say the least. I don't even know if that's the right word, but it's not good. I lose this. I almost win it actually. She's 1 HP. Hopefully the shell can convert. The shell gotta convert that, right? Yeah, shell converts that. Should die to the Hualing though. I expect that to happen. It's annoying because my best... Oh, bruh. My best angle is a long range, but because Hualing's in the game, I like automatically kind of lose that. Like I give up priority to that, you know? Like that. How do you even win that? And then she's abusing the G peek as well. And then she catches... No. She gets all three of us, bro. Bro, if she doesn't hit me there, I land my ultimate on her and get the kill. Balanced character. We really shouldn't have given up a 3 kill though. That's crazy. No, you get the heal. She's won. Kill her. Oh, she gets the heal. The full heal off the slot keeps her alive. But 18 to 14 here. Nice. We win that game. GG's. Okay, so we've got an interesting payload set up here. Am I on high? No, I'm not. I just missed. Okay. Am I lagging? I feel like I'm lagging at the same. I don't even know what's happening right now. Anyways, yeah, interesting payload setup. We've got a Gloria Hunter to deal with. Shell could be obnoxious up close when the time comes down to it. But I gotta be very careful. She's literally 1 HP. Like I said, I expect Shell to do that. So they have the SMG hero on their team. Anybody that's playing that long range angle, Shell's gonna pull up. And she's, in my opinion, I mean, Aletta is a little bit harder to kill, especially an Aletta that knows what they're doing. But Shell gets the role done. So we have our ultimate to make sure we try to deal with her. We'll try to listen closely for those footsteps. Right? Oh no, nope, do not. Nice little ultimate to knock him off of positioning there. Where's Gloria? I want to try to work my way back up top. I just, I don't know if it's a good idea. I feel like playing up top actually in this game gives Shell the opportunity. Staying out in the open is my best bet. No way. I'm dead for sure. Yeah, that's fair, bro. That's fair. Man, that's fair. I can't even be mad. They played that to utter perfection. Shell was, I mean, Hunter. Yeah, that's just good angles, bro. I got nothing else to say. Just like well played. Because this time, I know I denied it before, but I'm going to play up top. Because that angle that Gloria came from was... Can't let her dominate up top so freely. Got her to waste the ultimate. It's pretty good, to be honest. Does Hunter get through? Nope. We're able to turn that back around there. So that's well played on our part.
Quadruple kill.
I'm lagging, bro. I'm not even trolling, bro. What? I'm so confused on the frame drops. It happened in the beginning of the game and it happened there at the end of the game too. That was weird.